Hello, I'm Cardboard Geek. Welcome to the second in the videos of By Stealth and Sea. The second mission in the game, and Gibraltar, which is game-wise set on the 27th of May 1941. Now, in the setup, I made a slight error, and I actually put the SLC cards the wrong way around, and I have corrected that. Apologise for the squeaking in my chair. It's a bit of a squeaky one, I apologise. It might just drown my voice out. I hope it doesn't. Everyone is in normal place. Now, I did make one small error. The dice aren't used to decide to hit things. The yellow deck will be used for that, for making sure you do things. These are used for skill checks. And basically, whatever your skill is the number of dice you roll. That's not going to be a problem, because today, everyone is skilled at 1, as they are not very skilled at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to be riding our torpedoes in to the harbour, and we are looking to score more than 6 victory points, and we've got to get past nets, which would come here. I apologise for background noise. I have a very noisy neighbour. I'll do the best I can. Now, we have to now decide exactly who's going to do what. Now, having looked at this, given that SLC2, which will be piloted by Vicentini, and Magro, has an extra reroll, I think they should attempt to go for the harbour. Now, so I'm going to move them to here. That's SLC2. Now SLC1, which is Catalano and Giannini, and SLC3, which is Vesco and Marseglia, are going to head for the cargo ships over there. So I will just turn them that way, because the name for these SLCs was Mail, M-A-I-L-L-E, I think it was, which basically is Italian for pig, because that's how they steer. So we're not expecting to be able to steer very well, and the way this works is if you take 2 actions, you succeed. If you take 1 action, you need to roll, and you have reference sheets to cover this here, and a turn sequence. So I'm going to go through the first turn slowly. I am warning you, I will probably make mistakes. I don't have Klingon, I don't have anything like that. If I catch a mistake, I will try and do the best I can. If you do spot any that are complete stinkers, feel free to put them in comments. I won't take offence. And we're starting from Cadiz. So let me just confirm what we're doing, because although, as I say, I've played it a couple of times, I haven't played it for a little bit, and I've actually been playing other Dan Verssen games in between. Had a bit of a Dan Verssen couple of weeks, to be honest, where I've been playing By Stealth and Sea, I've been playing Sherman Leader, and I've been playing Thunderbolt Apache Leader, which I've been enjoying very, very much so. But this, unlike those, has a lot less paperwork. But my brain is still a little bit fried. Back to those medical conditions I mentioned previously. Now, what would be really helpful is I remember where I put the rule book. I apologise for this. Oh, right, it's right there. As usual, I stick something down, I can't find it, it's right under my nose. So, anyway. Now, we have got an advancing technology on our on our torpedoes, and as was pointed out in the setup, that has actually meant that the searchlights have got better as well, as they have the British Navy has adapted to basically cover how good we're doing. So basically, the first thing we need to do, is we now need to do fault checks for the SLCs. And because we're starting at Cadiz, we only get to do one for each SLC. After that, it will be handled by a roll on the dice. And that will tell us which one pulls a fault card and may have a fault and has to be repaired. And hopefully will not keep going. The one we don't want too much of is wetsuit faults, because we have to then do a stamina check. And should we fail that stamina check, we become stunned, which means we turn this over, show the red side, and if we're injured again in any way, we die. Doesn't affect us any other way, but it does make us more likely to die, which is not a good thing. So the first thing we need to do is fault check. So we're going to do a fault check for Submarine 1. And Submarine 1 gets a wetsuit fault. I called it. Now the thing is, they get to try and repair it first. The crew has a repairer 1, so we take 1 dice. It's repaired, so we can just discard that from the game. No wetsuit fault. Perfect. Good start. So we now do it for SLC 2. They have a breathing gear fault. Now their breathing gear has a repair check of 6 on it, so we have failed. I am not going to waste a surge on that one. So what we now do is we discard 1 surge token, so one of their rerolls has gone. And that goes out of the game. And then we have SLC 3, which has another breathing gear fault, so we roll for them. Exactly the same, 6 to deal with. That one's not been repaired, so they lose that as well. So they lost a reroll. That could have gone better. So the next thing we do. Now we actually move our SLCs. Now, as I said, the thing is, we have a list of what we can do. And at the moment, we're all surfaced, which I don't like much. Now, so what we are going to do is, it says here, a move, surfaced or submerged, use that 1 action point, and it's an automatic success. And you just basically move the SLC straight ahead 1 space in the direction it's going. If there would, we'll get to detected tokens later. So SLC 1 will move to there. And yes, I am filming at night. I don't do days very well. But also, I think the lighting kind of adds a little more atmosphere, because these would have been night raids. Doing these in the daytime would have been incredibly dangerous. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to try and submerge. And because I'm only doing this with 1, and it says here, dive, it's a 4 pilot roll. So I roll a dice. If I get a 4 or up, I submerge. If I don't, then I lose my turn. It's correct, so I flip the token over. SLC 1 is now underwater. So then we go to SLC 2 and we do exactly the same thing. Move myself forward and attempt to dive. And again, a success. Now let's try SSL 3. Historically for me, SSL 3 has been the bogeyman. Always going wrong, never succeeding anything. It has yet to sink a ship. But in this turn, it's actually gone right. So that's that part of the turn. Now we do the harbour defence phase, and this is where it gets complicated, because we have to do it per vessel. So I called these ships one earlier. They're obviously not ships. They're a little smaller than ships. The ships themselves, by the way, will not be moving. These, however, will be, and we don't want them to move. But they are going to, I can assure you. So let's move my dice out of the way. So first, we do a searchlight check. Now, because all of the SLCs are submerged, the searchlight check will be at 11 and up. So for SLC 1, it's 5, no detection. 7, no detection. No detection. This is good. But now, it normally would be underwater dive team, but there aren't any underwater dive teams and we're not near a ship. So now it's patrol craft response. And we have... No, I can't see properly. Submerged. Not detected. 10 plus. Sorry about that. I have to get my big head in the way. I really should have got my magnifying glass out. Yes, one of my other conditions, eyesight is a bit shoddy. Nearly said something else there. Would have been a little bit wrong. Now let me have a look. So basically, again, we draw the cards again. And because it's 10 plus, so we don't want to be seeing 10s. And straight away, we get a 10. And what happens is, that gets detected, and the first patrol boat turns here and goes to its exhausted side. It's not automatically going to move. So I've got a chance of shaking that one. This one would actually be that one, because that's 2. Fun. That one is detected. Patrol boat 2, exhausted side. Shall we see if we can go for the triple? No. This is what I get for saying SL3 is usually my trouble one, isn't it? But anyway, so that's that. They are now detected. That's not fun. Now, they are not in the same hex and they're exhausted, so they do not attack. And we have no shore-based mortars. So now we do the cleanup phase. See, that's how quick the turn is. That was a turn. So remove patrol craft that are formal hexes. That's not the case. Flip exhausted to their ready side. So both these are now ready for attack. We need to shake them badly. And then we advance the time token. And that's one turn. Well, that's not good. So now we start again, and it's fold check. So we roll the dice. So we draw a card for SLC2, which is this one right here. If you recall, the one we said was the lucky one. And that's how to ballast tank fold. So we now need to check that. It's repair check of 5. We rolled a 5, as you can clearly see. So we can get rid of that. That's fine. That's brilliant. That's the best thing that's been happening so far. So now we go back to our motions. So we'll do 1. And I am going, under the circumstances, to do a full move, submerged, use both my turns, and as it says there, that is an instant success. And because I'm underwater, well, it says here, there is a detector token on the SLC, remove the detector token from the game board. So what I've actually done now is I've lost it for now. And I'm going to do the same with all the SLCs. So we'll push that there, we'll push that there, we lose that. So that's fine so far. But we've done all the actions. We resolve the following harbour defences again in order. Searchlights again. So we need to do that all over again. 1. No, we're still submerged. 2, 3. Side note, if that ballast tank had not been repaired, we would have been popping up. Last time that happened, it was with SLC3, and it died rather quickly. It wasn't good. So now we do the patrol craft response. And again, they're submerged, so it's 10s. 2, 5. That's really good. That's actually excellent. But now we have a problem because the patrol craft move. I'll just move the board. I apologise for that. Now how that works is that works as it shows here. We roll a d8 and depending on what we roll, depends on where it goes. And again, I'm having trouble seeing that. So, for example, on a 1, it'll go there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's more chance of staying still, but what we really don't want on either of these craft is a 1 or a 2. So the one that's on SLC 1 gets an 8. It stays where it is. This one, which is SLC 2, it gets a 2, which we didn't want. We didn't want that at all. And the reason we didn't want that is because we are about to get attacked. Because the next part is the patrol craft attack. And because we're submerged, it needs 10+. And again, we use this. And it misses, thankfully. So, that could have been better. We haven't been detected, so we can still get away. And then again, we do the clear up phase. Remove them all, there's no exhausted. We tick along, and it's now 1:30 in the morning. This is how the game is going to tick on. So let's roll the thing as SLC3, and the fault in this case will be, that's a wetsuit fault, which we really didn't want again. Right, so that's for that one. So we'll roll its repair. It needs a 5 or 6, otherwise we are going to be forced to a stamina check. It's not been repaired. So what we now have to do is we now have to remove from SLC3 the wetsuit token. And that's a permanent thing. That is not good. And that means our stamina check is at 5. So we need a 5 or a 6. Let me just check they've not. Oh, no, they haven't. So if we do not roll 5 or 6, they are stunned. And I will have to spend an action recovering. We rolled a 5 or a 6. Brilliant. That's fantastic. But their wetsuit is gone now. The good news is it can't go wrong again. That's it. It's been torn. The cold water has had its effect. So now we are going to go back to what we normally do. And I think, again, for the moment, we can go up to 3 underwater, but it's tricky. So I'm going to go with the nice steady 2. So use both actions on 1. Go 2 forward. Do the same with SLC2. And basically, the art here is we're just going to keep going in a straight line because these things do steer like pigs, for which they are named. And we go 2 there. That's automatic success for 2 actions. So now, we need to do the searchlight check again. And it's going to keep going like this, and you have to think. The bad news is we have been spotted over here. That is a spot. But that's a searchlight. It's not a boat. It's important. Number 2 has not been detected. And that's what we didn't want to see. So now we pick up all the discard cards. And I happen to see there was a number 2 in here. So we now need to go through, take that out. There's only 1, 2, that will go out. These all go back in the deck. They're shuffled again. Oops, the entire deck's shuffled. Okay, now the good news is that was just the searchlights. Now, we need to do the patrol boats. And the bit I'm worried about is because that's been shuffled, the 12 could be near the top again. So, submerged, so that doesn't work. Oh no, it's patrol boats, isn't it? Oh, that's not good. Submerged 10 plus means I get a patrol boat. So say hello to new patrol boat directly in front of me, but exhausted. And then we have number 2, which is 7, which is fine, and a 5, which is fine. So that's not brilliant. So then we do patrol boat movement. And that means we now move each ready patrol craft towards the detected token. And if I recall, I'm going to check. I believe they moved 2. Beg my pardon. So, as it says here, if there is a detected token within 3 hexes of a ready patrol craft, move patrol craft up to 2 hexes towards the closest movement token. If there are 2 or more detected tokens that are equally close to the patrol, move the patrol towards the detected token that is closest to the harbour edge of the game board. Now, if you look here, there's 2. That one is closer to the harbour edge. So this patrol boat will move there. Now the bad news is that means this patrol boat is not going to move anywhere. It's over 3 away. That isn't detected. It doesn't go anywhere near that. It cannot detect that because it's outside 3 hexes. So the good news is no attack. The bad news is we're still bloody detected, which is not fun. Oh, hold on a minute. I think I maybe made a mistake. I did make a mistake, but if you look back, you will see that I never had pulled above an 8 because they have searchlights on them. Those 2. Actually, the detection for them is 8. Oops, sorry, shaking the camera there. Did not realise. Is 8, and that's SLC3, and I pulled a 5 for that, if I recall correctly. So that's fine. No attacks because none of them are in the hex. So that's good. And that will mean that we basically clean up again, and that means that gets flipped over because that is now no longer exhausted. And we move that one again. It's now 2 o'clock in the morning. And I say, this game does go along at a tick, quite a tick, a lick, whatever, however you want to say that. Here we go, fumbling my words. Anyway, back to SLC3 for the fault. What have we got today? It's a breathing gear fault. It's determined to do something to us. But this was actually accurate. These things were unreliable. The men who've piloted these, they had to be ridiculously brave. Because bear in mind that if these patrol boats catch you, you are going to be depth charged. You don't have a steel cigar tube around you. You are on the steel cigar tube. And you're riding it with a warhead. And you're in a wetsuit. Let that sink in. Right, so I need to do a repair check. It's a 6 to succeed. It's a fail. So what happens there is I need to discard the surge token and the card. And the bad news is, what you probably can't see, is now my stamina checks are 1 less. I get a -1 to my check, which is not fun. Fortunately, the wetsuit fails. I'm not really forced to do that. When I'm trying to escape, that will matter, because that is a stamina check. The good news is that Vesco and Marseglia actually get bonuses. So anyway, this aside, that was the fault check. So now we do the movement. So again, I'm going to use the full 2 because I'm submerged. I haven't popped up. I'm very tempted. I think actually I'm going to move those. Don't have to stretch across the board then. I'm going to do the same. With them. Oh. And the discarded alert. Oh, stupid chair. Right. It's a bit hot here. We don't have aircon, so... let me just check. So, SLC2. I'm going to move up there. And that's now at the harbour wall. I'll be attempting to turn that next time, and I must stop doing that because I shake the thing. As I said, this is cheap and cheerful, so it's a bit warts and all. I don't go back and edit. I don't think. I just run it as it is. And I hope that's good enough. I don't have fancy technology. I can't afford it, unfortunately. I'm not the biggest channel, so enjoy, because there's a Spartanness that's nice about it. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. And then I'm doing the 3 again here. And again, that means I can get rid of the detection token. That's better. I'm not stretching across the board now. Which means I'm not forcing my camera to refocus every 10 seconds. Right, anyway. So again, we do checks for searchlights. And that's a 7 for there. Submerged. That's not enough. Not enough. Not enough. So we're safe. But it's now time for the patrol boats. And this needs 10s. Not enough. Not enough. Oh, that one was close. But again, not enough. So we're okay. We're not detected either. This means the patrol boat movement will be reliant on the D8. So patrol boat 1 here will go to there. Unfortunately, that means it's going to stay on the board. It's within 4, so not the best. Patrol boat 2, we could really do with that coming here. So we need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 6. I think that's good enough. Yeah, that'll be good enough. That will be disappearing. And finally here, and we don't want a 1 or a 2. We got a 1. I asked for that, didn't I? So with that in mind, that is actually going to attack SLC1. It will need, because it's submerged, a 10. It got a 9. Just missed. Be still my heart. So now we come back to the clean up. And as it states, if there are patrol boats that are 4 or more hexes from all SLCs, this one is, it goes back. It's gone. It is no longer a threat. We have no exhaust to flip. The only thing we need to do is move that to 230. So now we are going to have to do some manoeuvring. But first we need to roll for the faults. And it's on 1. That's typical, isn't it? The one that has a boat over it. And that is SLC transmission fault. Ow. If we do not repair this, which needs a 5, we need to place this card next to the SLC sheet and place the transmission counter on it, which we've knocked off. So let's do the quick repair check. It's a 5. Yes, we don't do that. I have to say, normally on these missions, they couldn't repair a plastic bucket. I was trying to think of something simple to repair. But today, so far, they've been quite good, which is nice. And I like things when they're nice. So now I have to make a thought. It's 2:30 in the morning. Best escapes are made by 5. But this guy here is going to be... I've had a thought. He needs to turn. And I think this guy here doesn't need to turn. So if he turns, I'm going to have him go for this cargo ship here. Now, if he gets this cargo ship and scuttles and escapes, that's 3 victory points. Same here. And at that point, I will automatically done as well as they did. I'm not going to complain about cargo ships. Let's put it that way. So with this in mind, SLC1 needs to turn. And the thing is, I want to lose this ship as well. So, ideally, I need to actually... Because if I don't, it could be stuck on top of me. Because bear in mind, I'm not detected. So it could move off me, which would be nice. But it's more likely to stay on me. I'm just having a quick read of the rules. I apologise. I need to change direction. Submerged. 2. I'm going to do a pilot check. Excuse me a second, I just need to pause. Sorry about that. I just had my son come down and needed to talk to me about something. So we'll continue now. Where were we? We're turning this ship here, and it needs a pilot roll of 4. And I actually can't remember if I did do the roll because I was distracted. So I'm going to do it now. If I did roll, and that too was actually what I rolled, I apologise. It's not an attempt to cheat though. Well, I failed the pilot roll anyway, which means I can't turn on that one. So I need to try it again. And this time I succeeded. But now I really need that patrol boat to go away. And this one, I'm only going to move 1. And I'm going to move it under that boat there. It looks like 3 is going to finish his mission first. Now, here, I've got no boats on me, so I'm just going to literally do that and use both actions. And I think what we're going to do with that is going to do a straight run and take out this ship, which is the Hesperus. If I get that one, that'll be 5 victory points if I can scuttle and escape. The last time I sunk a ship in the harbour, though, I didn't get away, which was fun. So anyway, Need to do a detect check for that. Not been detected, which is a good thing, because it might mean assume that the boat will bugger off, to put it bluntly. For 2, an 8. And for 3, a 9. No detection. Sorry about that. So now we do the boat again, and as has been pointed out, they're submerged, so we need 10s. So for 1, it's 5. Phew, that's a good one. 3 for there. 4 for that. Good, good-o. However you want to put that. That's good. Because this didn't move on here because it was detected. So first we do a check for this, and ideally we want it to be going this way. 8 means it's staying, which means it's not going to go. This one, I'm going to have to check what happens if it hits that side. 7 means it's staying where it is, which I didn't want. Because now it's going to try and bomb us, and it needs a 10. And it's got an 11, which means we're hit. This really is not good, because it means we're stunned. And that was 1. So they are now flipped over. That was not fun. I will confirm that we're doing everything right. 545, patrol craft attack. The card was ready, so it's flipped to stunned. If it was already stunned, it would die. So, SLC1 has taken an injury. We have to decide how much we want to deal with that injury. The good news, though, is that means we now do the clear up. It's now 3 AM in the morning. And we're okay so far. With a little bit of luck, we're going to lose that in a minute. But I think I ought to move away. Let's put it bluntly. So, fault check first. I nearly forgot. Oh, curse that 11. It's 2. That's this one over here. So that's a ballast tank. Ooh, that's not good. Let's see if we can get a 5, because we really could do with one. Because otherwise we're popping to the surface. We're not. We're roaring. Right, I'm actually going to blow one of my surge tokens for that. Yes. Glad I did that. Because if that had failed, I'd have been on the surface, which would have made me so much easier to see. So now we need to do the alerts. So, not seen there, because you recall we need 11. Not seen there. Not seen there. Lovely. Patrol boats are now 10s. Nope. Yes. And that means a patrol boat is going to pop up in front of us. Did I get the exhausted side? Yes. Didn't like that. And a 6 for the one under there. That's the important one. Okay. I do believe I just did all that before I actually moved. Oops. Remember those? I need to go back a phase. I apologise, I did that wrong. And it was important because this would have actually been there. So that actually means the boat would be there. Alright, this was going to go directly underneath that. If I have done this wrong, I'm sorry, but I don't think I actually moved them before I did all that. No, I didn't. No, that's right. I didn't move them. So that was clever. Because the point is, this one here, I'm detaching the warhead. I'm taking both actions to do it. So warhead is attached. But I did all the rolls, and then that was detected. So we're fine. It's all caught up. This is what happens when I get disturbed partway through. I lost my flow. So that's all the fun. So the good news is nothing's attacking me. If I have done that all wrong, oops, it happens. But I don't think I did. Put a note in the comments. You know what I'm doing by now. I'll look through later, and apologies if I did do it wrong. Anyway, I don't think I did though. So now we need to do patrol boat movement, because we did the detects, we haven't done movement. So patrol boat 1 is here. Ideally, again, we want it to come here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not much. That's not very good, really. Patrol boat here. 4. Now that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that moves that way. That's good. That's going away. They have no idea where we've gone, and they're moving away. Whew. I'm glad of that. So that means we don't get attacks. We do the clear up. That goes there. No patrol boat is more than 4 away, which is a shame. And we move that along. And these are now 3:30 in the morning. One thing about doing this I've just discovered. Strangely, my brain's a little clearer. Normally I'm a bit more ominari, but I think it's because I know I'm under a time constraint to deliver something in a reasonable time that I'm doing quite well. I mean, we just hit the 43-minute mark, so that's not bad. And to be honest, we're about to blow up a ship, so even better. So, fault check. SLC3, we did not want that. We really did not want that. It's a battery fault. Oh, that's not bad, actually. We can live with that. Okay, so we just need to get rid of a battery token out of the game. We've got one more. We're fine. So with that in mind, I will move under there. And I will spend the 2 to put the warhead on the ship. Now that's an automatic success, which means that ship is blown up. So, hooray, we have a victory point. Just the one, Mrs. Wembley. Alright. Okay, so now we need to do detect. Oops, nope. That moved. I moved that one out of order. It's not going to matter. I'm going to actually now, here's the trick. This is a torpedo net. In order to move onto a torpedo net, I need to basically evade net. 2 will be a success. I'm just going to make sure that I can do it when there's a boat on it. Right, and I also confirmed there that when I do this, I also remove the detector token, which means although that's on top of me, it doesn't know I'm there. So that comes off because I'm moving, and I go into there, and that goes on top, but it doesn't know I'm there, which is good. Of course, it could find out I'm there, because we're about to do the detection roll again, and the deck's getting mighty thin. So for 1, it's a 7. For 2, it's an 11. It knows I'm there. Damn it. And now I'm in the harbour, so this is going to get worse. And then 3. It's an 8. We're fine. Searchlights have not detected 1 and 3. Don't like this though. So for 1 over here, not detected by a patrol boat. For 2 over here, doesn't need to be done for that because it's been searchlit. We know it's there. Oh no, that's for searchlights. We still have to pull the card. So that's 8. The patrol boat knows it's there, and the bad news is that means we get another patrol boat. And then 3 over here. We're fine. I'm glad for that, because that means we can try and escape with them. These ones may not be a problem anymore. Okay, and if they can escape successfully, we get a proper skull. So, right. So now we have patrol boat movement. That's exhausted, so it doesn't move. So we're done. So now we have a patrol boat attack. It's submerged. It fails. Does not hit. But this is not going to be good. Because that boat now knows where we are as well. Okay, we move that along. All these are fine. I didn't do the patrol boat movement for these. So actually, I'll quickly go back and do that. Because it's important for the cleanup. They're not going anywhere. Cool. Right. So we've done the movement on. It's now 4 in the morning. So Patrol Boat 1, sorry, SLC 1 I mean, over here, we are going to do a recover action. And that means we need to pull stamina. And we need to roll a 4. I think it's better for us to try and recover because at the moment we don't want to be attacked. It's a 5, so we're fine. Flip that back, we're all right. So now we're going to try and remove the warhead with the second action. And that's an ops check, and he has an ops of 1. So he's roll 1 dice, and he's 4 over. He gets it, the warhead is detached. Lovely. Right, this guy over here is going to move 2, submerged. Brilliant. That means that goes. Lovely. And then finally 3. Now we're going to try and scuttle. Now, we use both of them to scuttle. So that's a success. So we go move him to here where it says scuttled. And then immediately we need to do an escape. Now that's on page 15. It's strangely not on the actual helpful sheet. So we have it here though. And what we do is we do a stamina check. We have a specific check. Sorry, it's a special action taken straight away. Attack, basically successful SLC or successful attack from SLC action. Make a stamina skill check. They've still got their thing. Oh, so it's 3, isn't it? Which they have at -1. So they need... Now, if the time token is before 5 o'clock, you get a +1 to the roll. Brilliant. The operator card is ready. Do you get a +1 to the roll? That's +2. If there's no SLC token on the briefcase space, we lose 1, which there isn't on 3. So that's +1. And we have no patrol craft in the hex, or Algiers and Alexandra are not in play. So we roll a dice. It's a 4. We have a +1, so it's a 5. And if it's 4 or higher, the operator escapes. And so that means we can move that to there. That means that SLC 3 has got 3 victory points. Brilliant. Love that. So now we do all the detection. Now, here's the thing. Now SLC 3 is not on here. If we roll 3 on here, we ignore it. So now we need to do detection for these two. 12's not coming up. We've got 5 cards. What do you think the odds are? So for SLC 1, we haven't been detected by the searchlights. For SLC 2, we haven't been detected by the searchlights. It's getting tense now because 3 cards and one of these is a 12. And I don't know, and ideally it's this one. So for the boats, it's a 10 to detect. Sorry. No, yep, it's a 10. Just confirm that. Damn it. Now for here, he's outside the harbour, so it's actually different. So it's 10 plus for 1. I made it. So that's not detected. Now here's the real big problem. Submerging the harbour requires a 9 plus. 2 cards are left. And look at that. Which means we know the next one is going to be an automatic failure, because that can only be the 12. But it also means we've not been detected, so we now need to do patrol boat movements. So start with 1. So 1, and we do a 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. That goes that way. Silly Billy. We do not want a 3. It's an 8, it stays where it is. We are fine. Brilliant. So we do a clear up. No boats over 4 away. Let me just check something. Nope, doesn't mention detected, so fine. So we do the clear up. It's now 4:30 in the morning. So first things first, we now roll malfunction. It's 1. It's a battery fault on 1. We can afford to lose this one, so it's fine. Been repaired though, so we're fine. Brilliant. So that's going to use both his actions to attach that to that. We have another explosion over here. 1 victory point to SLC1. Well done to Catalano and Giannoni. Brilliant. So if they can escape, we're doing really well. We're doing at least as well as they did in World War II. That's going under the ship. It's going to be tight. Especially with the bad news we're about to have. Because now we do the detections. And as I predicted, it's a 12 for 1, which means that's detected. Surge lights. It's not the end of the world, though. So just checking through the discard deck. So those 2 3s go. Searchlight over there, we're fine. Now we have a outside the harbour, submerged, detected 9+. Oh, look at that. Now that's technically the only discarded card, so the good news is I can't put any more patrol boats on it. They're all out. But it does mean they're detected, so just need to check that. Right, that's fine. It doesn't say anything gets moved to it. If all patrol boats are on the board, then it doesn't matter. So, he's lucked out. That's the best time for him to do that. And then finally, in the harbour, patrol boat does not detect. That could have gone worse. Oh, I just realised I did that slightly wrong, but it doesn't matter. There we go. By wrong, I just forgot to shuffle the 12 into the deck. But I've now shuffled it again, so it's all back normal. Right, okay, so we now need to do a malfunction roll. Oops. Patrol boat movement. They'll move to there. Clean up, that goes to 5. I need to roll movement for these 2. Sorry about this, woolly head. Because that would have been important. Can't move because of the wall. Now in the clean-up, this is now 4 away from anything, so that will now go. So it's lucky that happened in that order. I've done the clear-up already now. And I've moved on, so it's now 5 in the morning. We only have 2 turns left, so we're nearly done. It's just over an hour. It's not bad. I've been trying not to waffle, which is a good thing. But now I'm starting, so I'll stop. Right, so we do a malfunction roll. 1 again. Just want them to escape. Warhead. Fault. Can't happen. We don't have a warhead. So we ignore that. Brilliant. So I'm going to scuttle. And I can scuttle with that on. So I'm going to. And that's an automatic scuttle. And then I need to do a check. So it's exactly the same as the previous one. The difference is I have +2 this time. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, no I don't. I have +3 because I have +1 escape on here. So pretty much I'm going to escape. Easily done. They have escaped. That's 3 more victory points right there. And over here, we are going to take the warhead off. And then, no searchlight. And unfortunately, we are submerged in the harbour. We've been detected by a boat. So that goes there. Exhaust is side over. So that wasn't good. Oh, that was fun. Because that means there's a detection on board. And that now means that this moves on top of me. This is where it goes wrong. And then we need to pull one of these for whether it bombs me. Which it doesn't. I'm not going to bother doing movement for these because it's too far away now. It's not going to be important. Those basically will go straight to clear up. That goes to there. These disappear because they're over 4 from any SLCs. I'll go back up there. This will now go to 530. Which now means we have a -1 to our escape. I don't think these guys are getting out alive, to be perfectly honest. But if they can blow that ship up, which is pretty much what they're going to do, barring a fault. Look at that. We didn't want that. Do not get a warhead fault. SLC transmission. Okay, I'm okay with that. Repair check. It's a 5. It's repaired. Really good at that on this session, so that's pretty good. Sorry, making it wobble again. So their action is going to be to put that on the ship, which is good because that means that gets blown. The bad news is they are still detected. They have a ship on top of them. I don't have to roll searchlight because they are detected. I do believe I have to still roll for response. I've not got long to go now. Yeah, we still need to roll a response. And we are submerged in the harbour and detected. So it's 7+. So 4, we do not get any more patrol boats. But patrol boat movement, so put that on top. They are now going to attempt to blow us up. And bearing in mind, we can't scuttle where we are. Well, that's a miss. And that's a miss because it needed 10s. This is going to be tricky. Do the cleanup, which basically in this case means going to 6 o'clock. We are at the end. We still have to do things though. Roll a 1, that means no malfunction. So I'm going to do the 1 move. Lose the detection token. And then I'm at least going to attempt to scuttle. It's an ops check. They have an ops of 4. They have an ops of 1, so there's 4. Wrong dice. They've done it. They've scuttled. This is good. Because that's 4. And now we need to do that escape check. And this is really good. I'm very happy with this. So, we do not get +1 because the time token's at 6. The operator card is ready, so we do get a +1. But we're inside the harbour, so we lose that. We do have a token on the breathing space. We're fine for that. We have no other minuses there. Let me just check the card. Because let me just check, that was... So we've got +0 at the moment. We don't get +1 from that, so it's literally a straight roll. 3, 4 or 5, we escape. We do not. Which basically means... they are captured. So Vicentini and Magro are going to spend the rest of the time having pie and mash or whatever else they served in prison camps. So basically that is it. We have come out and we have got 2 boats which managed to scuttle and escape, which is 2 victory points for doing that, 1 for each part of that, and 1 for the ship, so that's 6. And we sunk successfully this ship, which was a 3-pointer, so that's 9. And we scuttled successfully, so that's 10. So we did significantly better than they actually did in the war. So that was mission 2 of By Stealth and Sea by Dan Verssen Games. As you can see, it's quite easy. It runs nice and smoothly. We had a very successful mission. 2 crews escaped. 1 crew completed his mission, but unfortunately did not get home. So yeah, look, check out the game. It's a nice game. As I say, it very accurately reflects how it felt. So if you like this, like, subscribe. Feel free to put in comments if I've made any complete and utter cock-ups. I did make a few things that I got a bit turned about face, but I amended those, I think. So I hope to do more of these. Let me know if you enjoyed it. And this is CardboardGeek signing out. Thank you very much. Hopefully there will be more. Goodbye.